Hey everyone, Poke Samurai here, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm with a very special guest. He is a former multi-times BCS Richmond champion and a former world champion, and the owner of Strictly Broken TCG, Yuwei Peng. How are you?
Wow, that's some introduction, man.
Dude, man.
You that's some introduction. I'm a little bit my face is a little bit red, man. I don't know what to say.
Hey, that's
Thank you, Tiger. For thank you, Poke Samurai. I should say. I know you personally, so
yeah.
I'm gonna
Uh,
call you by your name sometimes. But
no, it's okay. You can call me by my name, right?
all right, sure. I'm Yuwei. Like Tiger said, I own or Poke Samurai said, I own Strictly Broken TCG. Where you can get all your Weiss Schwarz singles at the best prices on the internet,
Yeah.
and the best quantities and everything. It's like we're probably one of the best Weiss retailers in English Weiss retailers, if I should say, in North America. So, yeah, that's
Hey,
me.
+1 right here, man. Personally experienced it.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get on to the questions of the day, I guess. The very first question I'd like to ask you: how do you get into Weiss? Well, first discovered it, in a sense.
So I it was 2015. Beginning of 2015. No, beginning of end of 2014, beginning of 2015. My friend bought a Sword Art Online trial deck. We were in our last year of high school, and I thought he was such a fucking nerd for buying like a Sword Art Online trial deck. I was like, what the fuck is this? Uh but I ended up playing with him. I bought a Project Diva trial deck to play with him. I just thought like Project Diva, the girl, looked kind of cute, and I just bought it. And yeah, it was fun. And then next thing I know, I met some people online. So I met up with some people that graduated from our high school that played the game online. Like I met them online. We met up and played. You know them actually. Kyle Yip. He got
Yeah.
me into Waste big time. Like Kyle Yip, I met with him in person. We played. We traded some cards. The next thing I know, I'm like super into it. I'm like playing every single week. I'm like neglecting my friends and stuff just to go play Waste. I'm neglecting like my girlfriend at the time. I just played Waste every day. Fuck it. Like I was just playing Waste all the fucking time, and that's how I got into it. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your first actual deck? Because you mentioned TD as well. Which deck did you build first?
What was my first deck? What was my first deck? Madoka. My English Madoka was my
Oh,
first deck. It was
really?
yeah, I bought the apples bond, and then the Sayaka,
Okay.
and the healer 3/2, like English cards only brainstorm, the tap 2/5 power brainstorm. Yeah, that was my
Uh,
first deck.
I'm not sure if the what my god the healing event was in the set at the time. What
It
was it?
was the Sayaka's Wish. Yeah, that was the deck I
Yeah.
was playing. I was
Okay.
using Sayaka's Wishes and stuff. Yeah, that was my first deck.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Looking back at the deck build and looking now, was there any major differences, or was this practically like a net deck or any sort?
My first build of Madoka was horrible. I was looking at some YouTube videos. They were running like really awkward ratios, like two of this, three of this, two of this, and they only played like four level threes. Just like these old school rules of deck building, like really old school, that like are long since like no one plays only four level threes anymore usually.
Yeah.
So my first build was like super archaic, old. And then looking back at it, it was just really bad. Honestly,
Yeah.
it quickly, after like a year's time, it quickly became much more like modern style deck building. You're playing like 3-4 brainstorms and then 8 level threes. So like it changed eventually, but oh my goodness, the first build was horrible.
Kind of want to see that now, but hey, let's move on. Jumping up ahead a bit now, a lot of people know you for topping a lot of regionals and then eventually winning worlds, right? I would like to ask you, what were you feeling when you first won the regionals and then the big one, and then now because you repeated your success, right? And I want to know how are you feeling before and now from the success,
So what did it feel like? So
like
there's like two questions there. What did it feel like winning
yeah,
my first regionals or winning worlds?
like for the first time when you win like regionals and worlds,
Okay.
and then when you repeat the process in a sense, right?
Okay, I got you. So Holy. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, Tiger.
I don't, because I started like 2 years later than you, right?
Oh, there you go. There you go. I so I won my first regionals, I think in, I don't even remember, 2016 or like
Uh,
whatever. But before that, I like placed second in one, I placed third in one, and it was like super frustrating for me because
uh,
before I finally won, I kept getting like fourth, third, second. I think like
I-
it was just so frustrating.
yeah,
And I was actually playing Nisekoi at the time. I got like a third with Nisekoi. I got like a second with Nisekoi. It just really pissed me off. And then to finally win an event, I just felt so relieved because I knew I was good. Like I knew I was really good because I would kept top fouring, but I just never could win. I like choked at the end. I always made like a misplay, or like I just played worse in the finals because I was so nervous.
yeah,
Uh, and then finally winning one was just such a relief to like kind of show the world like, yeah, I am actually good.
like when you won your first regionals, what set do you use?
It was it wasn't Nisekoi.
Was it set one AOT?
I think it was set one AOT. I think
Yeah.
it actually was set one AOT. Let me I can actually check this.
Hold
I actually really don't understand. I actually sorry, I really don't
on.
remember,
Okay.
but I think it was set one
It
AOT.
might be 7 AOT because 7 AOT at the time it was considered like a anti-meta deck, right?
Yeah, I do remember that with the
Because
move gears.
back then the two meta defining decks was Cell and Two Love Root, wasn't it? Or was it something else like Sword Art Online and Two Love Root for the
No,
two mana?
Tulavru was not out at the time.
Was
Tulavru was not out at the time.
there was just Cell,
Yeah, it
right?
was Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Attack on
Be,
Titan. Set one.
yeah. So for anybody out there, okay, he just proved it that the player carries the set, okay, not the set carries the player. Because there's a lot of casuals, especially in the Weiss Schwarz Invitational, that says, "Oh, look at that, he's playing an amazing deck. That's why he's winning a lot, right?" So that's kind of really triggered me a bit because they don't really dig deep into it. That's my next topic for you, is how from a casual standpoint, how can you explain from a good player to a great player? Like how can you figure that out? What's he
So from a cat. So how do I explain a good player from a great? How do I differentiate a good player from a great player?
Yeah.
I like right now. Like, so here's like the big thing. Like right now, I'm no longer, I think, like a great player. I don't actively uh engage myself in the game. There in this peak time of my life, I guess my Weiss Schwarz life, my high involvement with Weiss Schwarz, I thought about the game every single day. Like I'm not even joking. People like really wonder why people can be so consistent, so successful at something. I thought about this card game every single day because I think I was not too happy with school. I didn't really like the programs I was studying at the time, and like I just escaped to Weiss Schwarz, and I actually just thought and played the game every single day almost. And I think that's really what makes a great player. It's the ability to be able to do that. So a lot of people will think that they can play a game with a very little commitment, I guess, but you really can't do that. To really succeed, you really do have to think about this game at least at the minimum, like every single day. Maybe not play every day, but like think about the game, read the cards, watch gameplay on YouTube, make content even every single day.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think that's what would make a great player versus a good one. Right now, I don't even know if I call myself a good player anymore, by the way. Like,
Um,
honestly, I don't even play this game that much anymore. But, like, if I had to make a jump from being good to great again, it would involve me doing something waste related every single day. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of, yeah, because you own a car store. Hey, it's really broken.
But, like, I don't even handle the waste. Like, we're,
uh,
like, focused on other stuff right now,
uh,
like Vanguard, Pokemon. So, yeah, I'm
yeah,
like, my attention's not even a waste every day.
yeah, that's fair. Now, I want to ask you, like, there's a specific set that you like more than others, right? It kind of define who you are and bring out the best of your abilities. And which set does that for you?
It was like Attack on. Well, it's my favorite set is Sword Art, but I think the deck that I've had the most tournament success with is Attack on Titan. I've, in a lot of ways, paved the understanding. I don't want to like oversell myself, but I think I've like paved the way for like an understanding of the set in this deck, set 1 and 2 together, from me playing it, right? So yeah, it's definitely Attack on Titan.
Okay. And back to the point of your first world win, and then your basically your top four placement in the this 2018 one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How were you feeling with this compared to that one? Like, was it different emotions? Because repeated success can be, sometimes with like repeated success can have different emotions, right? You're not feeling as hype as before.
I uh I think uh I think my attitude has shifted, and this might be a negative attitude, by the way. I think the first time when I won Worlds, I was very hungry to win. Was very hungry to prove myself to the world that I was able to do something like that, and I just pushed myself, and I was so fierce and hungry, during the tournament. And as once you win the first one, you've kind of already proved to yourself as well as the world that like you're just like you don't really need to achieve much more in the game. So the follow up one, like the year after that, I didn't even top four. It's not my fault though. I was 4-1 in Swiss. I just they cut to top four instead of top eight, and I didn't make it.
Yeah, that
But I was like
sucks.
fifth or sixth. And then in 2018, I got third.
And that
And
was with Kantai collection, where
yeah, with
everybody,
Kantai collection and
what,
a deck that, by the way, like Poke Samurai, like straight up, everyone thought it was suck. Like it was
yeah,
shit. And I
I-
played it. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna play this shit. I think it's good. So like in 2018, I had a very different attitude, right? I just think I am the best. And like the deck doesn't matter. I'm already better than these people. My attitude is completely different. I'm no longer like hungry trying to prove myself. I'm just trying to like kill people in the tournament, Like, because I already think I'm the best. Like that I deserve first place. That's the attitude I have. Regardless if I actually do or not. But that's just the attitude shift. Yeah.
now, as for now, where was I? Yes, move on to the next question because that was a really good description from your part. As the current English meta, right? Most of the English meta that we've seen are from like second hand from the JP scene, right? And sometimes it can be pretty stale at times. What the future releases like Kaguya for you, and right now we have Mob Psycho Adventure Time, and Day of Light come out. Do you think there will be a huge meta shift, or just gonna be around the same thing like previous years?
I think huge meta shift day. I think we've already seen a kind of transition. This is like the transitional year. I know we didn't have events, but if this year had events, I think we would have seen a very big transition of like Attack on Titan for the past 3 years into more Konosuba a year, into more other things like Slime, Adventure Time, even Nazarick. Like we would have seen those start to pop up everywhere. Love Life Sunshine, maybe a little bit more even. And right, we would transfer like the the representation will start to transfer and change. And now that they're releasing all of these sets that are pretty good and on time, like not too far after the Japanese release, I definitely agree and think, well, not agree because you didn't really say a statement there, but like I do think that the meta will not be stale anymore. It will be more dynamic come 2021.
Yeah,
That is something that I think is probably going to happen. It's not going to be just a Talon Titan
yeah,
SAO anymore.
yeah, definitely. As for Adventure Time, right? I seen you play Adventure Time against the Konosuba player, right? And during the
Yeah, I got destroyed. Yeah.
hey, don't worry about that. Nobody needs to know. Well, you just said it, so I guess everybody knows now. So during the card releases, the card days, you think Adventure Time was top three, right? Does the
Yes.
does
Yes.
playtesting change your mind at all with Adventure Time or not?
I think I am at least I think I am what's the word? I am self-aware enough to understand my limitations as a player in 2020. I am nowhere near as good as a player as I was before, and so my judgment might be clouded. I played pretty bad, I think, in the show match we did for like the Strictly Broken TCG Konosuba versus Adventure Time show match. Played pretty mediocre. If I were as good of a player as I once was playing, maybe I would think differently. Right now, I still think the deck is strong. I think it's me. I think it was like I failed to represent the deck well because I am no longer great. I'm only good, and the guy I was playing against is great, and so it's like kind of a skill disparity there. But I
Yeah.
still think it's really good. I think my deck building was a bit off probably, and my plate was a little bit off.
Now, for the bit controversial topic, like for example, let's say their life, where there's kind of a bit back and forth about how their life should be hit in English, just like how back then, Nisekoi and stuff. That makes sense, right?
Mhm.
How does it feel if their life in this current meta follow the JP rule set or
I think it would.
any future
I think
set, basically?
it would just be a lot less exciting, right? So like I probably don't want it to get hit immediately because uh not being able to play the set at its height, especially for people who only play English and want to play the deck at its like most heightened state, that would just suck. So I think going straight off the bat with a ban list is kind of dumb. But I think over time, uh there's just no way in hell that they can continue running the game without a ban list.
Yeah,
It's just not fun, right? It's just
yeah,
not fun.
yeah. See
So
how,
Attack on Titan was in my opinion, the top deck or the most represented, easiest to play. Whatever. I don't care about people's arguments about whether it was strong or not. It was the most represented deck, in like top cut and stuff.
yeah,
And like, I was tired of seeing Attack on Titan everywhere. Like, if they should have just hit it so we could see it less, and they didn't for 3 fucking years or some shit, right? Like, it's too many years of seeing the same deck be on top. So if like Dal is the top deck for 3 years straight, like if they don't hit that shit, like the game is gonna get so fucking boring, you know?
yeah. Now, f- it's let's say if there's like a revamp of the English set slash a English banners, which top five set in the current meta, right? Would you like to see
On the ban list,
on the banners? Also a revamp of a older set as well.
a revamp. Like, what do you mean by that?
Like basically kind of like how Nisekoi will get their card effects, or
Uh,
English only supports, right? And then the list five of the sets you want to see on the ban list, and
sure.
which cards.
I want to see Haruhi get like English exclusive support.
Yeah,
I want to see Log Horizon get English exclusive support. But I think you're more interested in hearing what I want to see banned out. But like those two sets, I think really I want to see like exclusive, like Kill a Kill as well, like exclusive English support to like bring it up a little bit because it's
yeah,
just really useless right now.
yeah,
Angel Beats as well, actually, to be honest.
yeah. It
But there's,
makes
I can say all of the old sets. Honestly, I want to see English exclusive buffs, like a special pack that has like just buffed cards for them.
yep,
But in terms of sets that I think need to be just like something needs to be hit to like change up how the people build the decks. I think AOT needs a hit to change up how people build the decks. All the AOT decks look the same, but there's a lot of other cards that people could be using, but they just don't because there's like one build.
do you have any like preference to how it will get hit?
I think AOT just some kind of move gear hit is fine. Like a banning of the 1-0 move gear would just like change builds a lot. It would be really great. I
Okay,
think Konosuba needs a minor hit just to like Konosuba's actually in a fine place. People's deck builds are very different, so I think Konosuba's fine actually, to be
okay,
honest. I think Dal, if it stays the same in the long term, it needs a small hit. I think Sunshine, although I don't think it's crazy strong, I think all the builds look the same. And like when I hit something, I want to diversify I want to see the set be able to diversify into other builds. That's what I want to see. Like Konosuba to me is almost like a perfect set because there are many builds that people are going for and they're equally strong. SAO is like SAO is like that too. SAO is like a perfect set that doesn't need any hits. There's like 4 builds that are all viable and it's just really healthy. Sets that have like one build that people play or they just don't play the set are horribly designed sets. AOT needs that to get changed in that sense. And Sunshine and what else? Like what's another top tier deck in English Tiger?
Um, a lot of people have been saying slime, but we got move slime there, and it
I mean, slime has some variety.
yeah.
I see some
And this is
variety of
also
builds.
Bang Dreams, right? But there's like a lot of variety builds for Bang
Yeah,
Dreams.
so I
So
think Bang Dream is fine. Like I think people who say Bang Dream is the strongest set,
yeah,
uh,
what
I don't care if they're right or not, but like there are so many builds that are viable that I'm like, okay, well, this is awesome. If top 8 is only Bang Dream, there could be 8 different Bang Dream decks, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
yeah. I think another top tier deck that people might want to see hit because set 2 might be coming to English and probably will be Fate, right?
Or like set 5 or 4 or some shit, right? Because not
Yeah.
set 2 actually, it's like
Or
set 4 or 5.
Heaven's Field. How about that? There you go.
Set 2 of Heaven's Feel.
Yeah.
Yes, Fate is a perfect deck that needs a hit. There are so many, by the way, there are so many cool interactions in the Fate set. But everyone plays 8 bar who's playing in a tournament. Why? Because it's that much stronger than all the other builds.
Yeah.
So Fate 8 bar needs a hit. And I don't know how. See, I don't know how the set 2 changes set 1 Fate if there's no ban list. Because they're not making a ban for Fate Heaven's Feel, right? So if they bring set 2 in, 8 bar is still going to be the strongest probably because there's no ban on it. And then that's just too much 8 bar, needs a hit so we can diversify, right? Because right now Fate's coming out in Japanese. It's out in Japanese and there's like a lot of cool builds. But that's only after there's a ban list for it. And if we don't get a ban list for it, then we probably won't see as much diversity. So it'll just be only 8 bar. So we probably want to see a ban for it too. Yeah, so I agree with you.
All right. The final question of this video is going to be which JP set you would like to see in the English meta? Just one JP set that has not been announced yet.
Huh. Does it have to be out in JP?
It has to be out in JP.
Probably 10th Annie.
10th annual. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can step it. Oh, that's a good one, man.
But I'm like a Sal fan, so I'm a little bit biased. But yeah, I kind of want to see the English Sal players get 10th Annie. I think they deserve it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a very strong deck, and yeah. Well, thanks for coming onto the podcast. I mean, bleh, interview, man.
No problem, man.
The last thing I would like you to do is, do you have anyone to shout out or anything to shout out? Go ahead. The mic is all yours.
I want to shout out Strictly Broken TCG, the card shop, obviously. My card shop, amazing place to get singles. Excuse me. Yeah, just shout out to my card shop. Shop there. Mob Psycho's out. Get your Mob Psycho singles. Mob Psycho singles on Strictly Broken TCG. What else do I want? We also have a TCG player store that we sell Vanguard Pokemon on. Probably our bigger, more people know us from that end than our site because Weiss Schwarz is a smaller game than those 2 games. But yeah, so shout out to that. To people I'd like to shout out to all the staff at Strictly. You know, Jash, Charles, Ian. Shout out to them. They always do a great job. It's like the holidays and they're working their ass off. So good stuff. Shout out to you, Tiger, for inviting me onto your show. That's really cool of you.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it. Shout out to the BC Weiss community. Shout out to Yumin, man. Fucking Yumin just won JP Nationals and he was on your podcast last week. I saw that.
Yeah, man. I gotta do him first because he's better than you now, right?
Oh shit, you're right, man. You're right. But yeah, shout out to him. Like Yumin, crazy. It's like played less than 2 years and won a. Kind of reminds me of me from like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I told him that. I was like, you remind me of myself, and that's awesome.
Yeah, he grinded his ass off like those past year. It's like how you were saying, right?
Yeah, I think Yumin is a perfect example of someone who really wanted it. He showed his he really wanted that. He was hungry, for a win. It was like good shit. So yeah, shout out to him, man. Shout out to that guy. SBTCG Yumin, when? Come on, Yumin. Where are you at? And then I'm just gonna give a shout out to Ren Go because this guy always gets fucking mad at me for not shouting him out and things. And there's other people too, but I'm just gonna shout out Ren Go.
All right.
Because this guy's always like, "Oh fuck you, never shout me out." So yeah, shout out to you, Ren Go. All right, that's it.
All right, man.
Shout out to the SBTCG team though. Ryan, Chris, Patrick, Broderick, Kuhn. Those 5 best players in the world, hands down.
All right, man.
Best team.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, if I can make it happen, I might do an interview with the whole SBTCG team.
All right, man. You gotta hit him up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And why not share the video? And once again, thank you to Yuwei Peng, owner of Strictly Broken TCG, for coming onto the interview. I'll see you guys next time.